Hey, welcome to this yoga practice. It might be helpful to have something to sit on today, like a block or a towel. It's just something as a little bit of extra support, if you like. Okay, taking a comfortable position for yourself. So you can be seated or lying down. Just a position that feels like a good place for you to begin in. A good place for you to begin. Okay, you can let your eyes rest closed if that's comfortable. And if not, just resting your gaze softly on an object that is easily within your sight. And feel yourself slowing down and becoming present, becoming more aware of the present and yourself within it. And we're just going to hold this as a gentle intention for ourselves for the class today. So just practicing being present to whatever it is that we're doing. And there will be times when your awareness goes off and you find yourself thinking about something else. It's perfectly normal. When it happens, just gently guide your awareness back. Okay, and there's a couple of different things we can use as our anchor for our awareness in the present moment. And one of those things is our breath. So even right now, you can just tune into your breath. Just feel your breath coming in and going out. It's happening all on its own. And yet it's something that we can be aware of. And we could slow it down, perhaps. Okay, we can also tune into our body. You could tune into breath, you can tune into body. So our body, just how does it feel at this moment? What are the sensations? Tightness, tiredness, softness, heaviness, lightness. There might be parts of you that are tingling or that are a little bit numb. Maybe you can feel your heart beating. And maybe your experience right now is an emotion. And tuning in gets easier, right? It's just like learning a new language. We're tuning into the things that we feel in our body, and our ability to notice more and more subtleties gets better as we practice. So just start where you are. Keep letting your awareness coming back to the body or the breath. Okay, take a slow breath in and let it go. All right. Coming on up into table pose. So you can come up onto all fours. So your hands are underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. And then from table, when you're ready, we're going to drop the seat back towards child's pose. So sinking back and then come back up to table. Okay, so we're just rocking back and then back up or forward. Okay, so just taking it easy. We're moving gently at the shoulders, at the hips, at the knees, and at the back. Okay, go back one more time, and then shift back up into table pose. Okay, from table, take one forearm down to the floor, and walk the opposite arm forward. And then you're gently going to drop your heart and your head down towards the ground. So your head might actually be able to rest on that forearm. The other arm is just gently reaching forward. Okay, it could also be reaching a little bit wide if coming directly forward isn't comfortable. Okay, and then switch arms. So lift up enough that you can reverse the forearm that's on the floor. The opposite arm comes forward. The head and the heart sink down. Just gently stretching. Okay, feeling what you feel. And then come on back up. Okay, we're going to come all the way up from table pose so that we're standing on our knees. Okay, take your left arm and give it a hug across your body. So shoulders are going to drop. You got your right hand up above your left elbow and just hugging that left arm over. So your left shoulder blade has moved away from your spine. Okay, let the right hand come down to that left elbow and then let the left arm come up. The left elbow is up. The right hand is on that left elbow. If you like, you could gently tip to the right. Now you could drop the right arm, or you can keep the right arm connected to the left arm up above your head. Okay, come back up, let the arms come down. We're going to hug the right arm across. And just drop the shoulders, hug the right arm over so your left hand is up in between your elbow and your shoulder. Taking a breath and letting it go. Okay, put the left hand on the right elbow. Let the right elbow come up towards the sky. Nestle in your neck. And if you like, you can tip towards the left, remembering you can drop the left arm if that's better for you. So listening to your body. Okay, come on back to vertical. You can let the arms come down. We're going to come back to table, so hands back to the floor. And then from table, we're going to come to child's pose. So you can let your seat go back. Maybe your knees are a little wider here. Okay, you could bring your forehead down to a block or to folded hands or to the floor. Okay, take a moment and connect with your breath. So feel the inhale and feel the exhale. Right, our breath is happening in the present moment. Okay, you're welcome to stay there in the center if you like. If you want to come a little bit more into the sides of your body, you're going to lift your torso up. You're going to walk over towards the right leg and then fold over towards that right leg. Okay, you could walk the left arm further over if you wanted to. Okay, see if you can keep your weight even in the legs. Right, so it's not just that we've fallen over to the right side, is that we're looking for this length in the left side of the body between the hip and the shoulder. Okay, come on back to the middle. Okay, and then when you're ready, walk to the left and then fold to the left. Maybe you're walking the right arm further over. Maybe you're supporting the head. Okay, lovely. So come back to the middle. We're a little bit longer now on our sides. And we're going to come down to the belly next. So come on down onto the floor. Okay, pillow with your hands for your head. Okay, and just take a moment there, get yourself comfortable, Let yourself relax and then feel your breath here. Okay, so we'll have a different experience of breath because the chest and the belly are down on the mat. And you're just noticing. You don't have to analyze or judge or criticize or label. We're just in this place of being curious, being aware, being kind. Okay, slide your arms forward. So you can bring the tips of the thumbs and the first fingers together if you like. They're off the top of the head, so forearms and palms are down on the floor, shoulders are back away from the ears. Okay, gently lift the head and the heart up, and then come on back down to the floor. Okay, so you can lift up and then lower back down. Okay, so you're not really moving at the neck. The head and the heart are moving at one unit, so you don't have to lift the chin, you don't have to tuck the chin. Just this gentle lift into a back bend. Okay, one more. Okay, come on back down, put your head back in your hands, relax. And then we're going to come into the legs. So pick one leg, let it lift up off of the floor. So you're keeping your pelvis neutral. Lower that leg down and then switch to the other leg. So you're not lifting the hip and rolling to the side. Just the leg is lifting and lowering. Okay, so you might just hover a little bit above the floor. You might find that you can come a little bit further up. Okay, if you want something more gentle, instead of trying to lift the thigh up, just bend the knee. And then you get to choose how much the knee is bending. So sometimes we're just lifting the foot. Okay, sometimes we're bringing the heel much closer in. Okay, and then some days you'll feel like you can lift the whole leg up, keeping the knee straight. So just meet yourself where you're at in the present moment. Breathing, keeping the upper body as relaxed as you can. So the eyes, the jaw, the shoulders, the ribs. Okay, even yourself out. Relax. And then come to a supported cobra. So you're going to prop yourself back up onto those forearms. So forearms and palms are back down on the floor. You might have elbows underneath your shoulders, or you might have elbows a little wider apart. Okay, so underneath shoulders is a little bit more of a back bend. Elbows a little wider, lowers you a bit down to the floor. So choose what works for you, right? Where you can breathe easy, where your body sort of has this feeling of safety in the present moment, ease. Right? The tissues on the front of the body get to lengthen. There isn't a whole lot of resistance. You're not meeting resistance in your tissues. Okay, when you're ready, come down and then come to child's pose. So hands next to you and take your seat all the way back towards your heels as far as you can go. And then bring the upper body down. So head to your hands or head to the floor or to your block. Okay, let your awareness come back to your breath. Follow the inhale, follow the exhale. Okay, that breath is always in the present moment. And if we're not in the present, where we are is either in the past or in the future. And for the practice today, we're doing our best just to practice coming to present. Okay, we're going to shift back up. So when you're ready, you can come back up into table pose, and then we're going to come seated. So if you wanted to sit on a small cushion or a towel, you could. You can also sit right on the floor if you want to. Okay, you're going to bring the bottoms of your feet together. Okay, now you can choose here. You might have your hands beside you. You might have your hands in front of you. You might want to support the legs. Okay, so you might want to tuck pillows or blocks underneath the legs so that the legs have something to rest on. So those hips get to relax. Okay, you're welcome to stay tall, letting the legs fall as best you can. Okay, you're also, you're welcome to tip to bring the heart forward, just keeping the back long. Okay, bases of the big toes don't have to stay together here. This nice long back. Just notice what you notice in your hips or maybe in your back. Okay, come on back up. Let your feet come to the floor. Let your hands come to the floor behind you. So you can rest back into your hands. You're going to let the right leg roll open towards the right side and then let it come back up. Okay, so you're moving the right thigh bone open and then moving it back to where it started. So you also may be rolling onto the outside edge of the right foot. Okay, but let the movement come from the hip, right, where the thigh bone meets the pelvis. So we're warming that joint up. We're loosening that joint. So you don't have to move into something that hurts. And if you came in with pain there, you don't have to increase your pain. Just keep your range in a range that feels smooth, steady for you. Okay, okay, one more. Okay, then let the right leg come straight down to the floor in front of you. Okay, and then you're going to roll the whole leg now. So it's going to roll inward towards your midline and outward away from your midline. So again, we're trying to move the thigh bone, so don't get all distracted by the foot. Okay, so you want to feel, you could look and you could see the right thigh bone rolling open and then rolling in. Okay, let the right leg relax. Let the left leg just relax down to the floor, however it wants to be, because we're going to pick this right leg up. So hold the foot in the hand and the right hand is at the right knee. And then you're going to rock the right leg from side to side. Okay, so it's not that the whole body is rocking from side to side, because then we're not moving at our hip. Okay, so let your pelvis stay stationary and move your right thigh bone and your right leg towards your midline as far as it goes and away from your midline as far as it goes. And your leg might be closer into your body. It might be further away from your body. You might be holding somewhere else. All that's okay, right? That's meeting yourself in the present moment, which is what we want to be doing. All right. Now let the right leg come back down to the floor and let the left leg come down to the floor. So you got both legs out in front of you. You can bring your hands down to the floor beside you. Okay, turn on your ankles a little bit so the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. You might have a bend in your knees. Okay, so you might have legs out straight. Your knees might be a little bit bent or they might be able to be straight. So that's our staff pose. Okay, but your right side probably feels different from your left side. So just notice, right? Just let your awareness practice picking that up, that sort of subtle difference. Okay, let the legs relax. Bring both feet to the floor, hands to the floor behind you. Roll the left leg open. Let it drop and then let it come up. So come over into the other hip. Okay, this one might have more range, it might have less range. So if your hip is clicking or clunking, maybe try making the range a little smaller so that that clicking and clunking eventually smooths out. Okay, left leg open, left leg up, left leg long, and then let the left leg, the whole leg roll inward and outward. And so your foot can stay relaxed because your foot and your knee and your lower leg, that's all just following what your thigh bone is doing. So it's that thigh bone we're trying to roll in and roll out. Okay, let that left leg relax, let the right leg relax, pick the left leg up. So bend the knee, put a knee into the hands, and rocking left leg side to side. So you can actually look down at your left thigh and just make sure it's the thigh bone that's moving left and right. So you're not rocking the pelvis on the floor, the pelvis is staying still, and you are moving the leg as far away from the midline as it goes and as far towards your midline as it goes. Breathing your way through. Okay, come back to staff pose. So left leg down straight in front. Sit yourself up tall on your sitting bones. Both legs are out, hands on the floor beside you. Activate your ankles so that your toes point up, your knees point up, whether the legs are straight or whether the knees have a bit of a bend in them. Nice tall spine. So there's activity here in the legs, there's activity in the core. Okay, come back to bound angle. So you're bringing the bottoms of the feet back together. Okay, you're welcome to keep your hands beside you. Okay, if you want the support back underneath your legs, you could bring that back. But just notice if maybe you need a little less support or if the hips are a little bit more comfortable here. Okay. You're welcome to stay tall. You can also bring the heart forward. Nice and long through the front of the body and through the back of the body. Think about the head and the heart and the belly and the pelvis being in a long line. Okay, shift yourself back up. And we're going to come up to standing. So you can get yourself up to standing however you would like to. Okay, just coming up on your mat. You can also do this sitting in a chair. You can do the first piece sitting down or kneeling if you want to. So if you're not ready to stand, you don't have to stand. Okay. If you're standing up here in mountain pose or if you're sitting in a chair, just feel your feet, right? Feel your feet on the floor. So you can move your toes around a little bit. You can just feel like the bottoms of your feet are nice and long. Okay. Bases of the big toes, bases of the little toe, center of the heel. Okay. Thigh bones parallel. Okay. And we're just resting down into our legs and down into our feet, down into our mat. All right, we're going to come up into the shoulders. So let the right arm just lift a little bit so it's free of your body. You're going to roll the right arm bone forward and backward. So you can take a look at it. Okay, so it's this upper arm that we're trying to move at the shoulder joint. So we're just rolling the whole arm forwards and then backwards. Okay, roll the arm forward so the palm faces backwards. Gently press the arm back. Okay, if it's accessible to you, you could tuck that, you could bend that elbow, which would mean that arm might tuck behind you. So if it does that, that's fine. Okay, you can rest it anywhere up. You know, it might be quite low on your body. It might be higher up on your body. If it doesn't come back, don't worry about it. If it doesn't come back, you're just going to let your arm hang beside you. Okay, you might still turn it so the palm faces back if you like. You might still press gently back. Okay, so just listen to your shoulder, wherever you've got that right arm landing. And then we're going to tip the head to the left. So let the left ear come towards the left shoulder. So this right side of the neck is just being asked to lengthen, right? Right side of the neck, top of the shoulder, soft knees, soft eyes, soft jaw. Okay, you could turn the head here if you wanted to, so you're tucking the chin towards the left shoulder. And you're breathing. Okay, unwind the head. Let the head come back up. Let that right arm come free and then roll out your right shoulder. Okay, let the right shoulder and arm relax. We're going to come on over into the left side. So left arm lifts, so it's just free of your body. Roll the whole arm. Okay, so once the upper arm stops turning, you don't have to force the lower arm or the hand or the wrist to turn further. Right? Just pay attention to what the upper arm is doing at the shoulder to let that shoulder joint warm up, loosen up, help find some more ease. Okay, roll the arm so the arm is forward, palm is backward. Move the arm back. Okay, you could stay there, or maybe you can bend the elbow and let the hand rest somewhere on the back of you so that that shoulder's resting easy. Okay, option is just to let the arm hang beside you. Okay, let the right ear come on over towards the right shoulder. Let the shoulders feel heavy. Feel that space between the left ear and the left shoulder. That's the side that's a little bit longer right now. Okay, relax everything you don't need. So fingers, toes, knees, eyes. Okay, you might turn the head so that the chin is tucking towards the right shoulder. Okay, feel your feet on your mat. Okay, present moment awareness. Okay, let the ear come back to the shoulder, let the head come up, roll out the left shoulder. So free the arm and just roll out the shoulder. Okay, so you can let the shoulders both go, the arms both go. All right, so from your mountain pose, we're going to take a little step back with the left foot. Okay, so just let it be gentle because we're going to end up taking more steps back. So you want to leave yourself space to step back into. Okay, so we've got little step back with the left foot, feet are on separate railway tracks. Okay, let the arms come up in front of you so that the forearms and palms are facing each other. And then you're going to open the arms up so that there's this opening up through the chest. Shoulder blades are towards your spine gently. Okay, come forward with the arms and then inhale as the arms open. And exhale as they close. So inhaling open and exhaling close. Okay, one more. Take your time. Okay, let the arms go. So you could keep your feet like this. You could also move your left foot another little step back. Okay, so we're still in a position where both legs can be straight and both feet can be flat. Okay, so this time we're gonna change the arms and add the legs. Okay, so first let's do the arm movement. So elbows beside you, forearms are now parallel to the floor, so your palms are facing each other. Okay, we inhale the arms up just to shoulder height and exhale them back down. Okay, so you're inhaling the arms up and exhaling the arms down. Option, as you inhale and lift the arms, bend the front knee. And then exhale, drop the elbows and straighten the front knee. So inhale, bend the knee, lift the arms. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten the leg. Nice and easy. One more. Okay, lovely. All right, so back to where you're vertical, you can let the arms go. Okay, option, take that back foot, the left foot, another step back. This time, turn it out a little so that your knee and your toes are just angled out gently. So both feet are still flat. Okay, but you're in a wider step. Your feet are also on a separate railway tracks from each other. All right, so from here, just let your hands hang or rest at your hips. You're going to bend the front knee And then you're going to push through the front heel and let that front leg straighten. Okay, so you don't have to go to the place where you're extending your knee back. Okay, bend the knee and then push through the right heel and let the leg straighten out. So sink and then straighten. Okay, and then one last time, sink. So you can stay here. If you would rather stay with a straight front leg, you can. Let the hands come together, and then just see if you can slide your forearms towards each other. So your hands are sort of up in front of your forehead. Maybe your forearms come together. Maybe they still stay a little bit apart. Those hands are up at the height of your forehead. Okay, and then we're going to let the arms open up, which brings them to shoulder height. Okay, take a breath. And let your breath go, let your arms go, straighten your front leg and step your back foot forward. So you come on back and you land in mountain pose. Okay, give your legs a shake out. Come back to feeling your feet on the floor. Okay, a little step back with the right foot. Separate railway track, toes all pointing forward if you can. Okay, let the forearms come up in front. So palms and forearms facing. Inhale and open up the arms. And exhale and forearms towards each other. Okay, so we start with just arms. So inhaling open, so the shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhaling, forearms towards each other. The shoulder blades are coming away from your spine. Last one. All right, let the arms go. Take another step back with the right foot if you like. Your feet are still flat, your legs are still straight. So it would be similar to pyramid pose. Okay. All right, elbows tucked beside you, palms are facing, forearms are parallel to the floor. We inhale and we lift the arms, and we exhale and we lower the arms. We inhale and lift, and if you like, bend the left knee. Okay, keep the back foot flat, and then drop the arms as you straighten the front leg. So inhale, bend the knee, lift the arms. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten the leg. So slowly with your breath. Okay, so in order to do the movement with the breath, it helps us be present, because in order to link the movement and the breath, we've got to be paying attention. Okay, do two more. Okay, see if you can feel the difference from when your front leg is straight and when the knee is bent. Okay, come on back up, let the arms go. Take the right leg, right foot, another step back if you like. If you were happy there, you're welcome to stay. Okay, the knee and toes are turned out a little bit, but your hips are still facing forward. Okay, hands to your hips, or they can hang. Bend the left knee. Okay, and then push down through the left heel to let the leg straighten. Okay, so send the left knee forward, same direction as the toes are pointing. So deeper stretch in the back of the right leg. Okay, straighten, sink, and then push down to come up. Okay, bend your knee, sink, stay, unless you prefer the front leg straight, and add the arms. So palms together up in front of the forehead. Maybe forearms come together for you, or maybe your body is happier with the forearms apart. Okay, feel the palms. Feel the soles of your feet. Notice whatever else you notice. This is just play, right? Just be curious. Okay, and then let the arms open up wide. Okay, take a breath. And let it go. So you can let the arms go, you can straighten the front leg, and you can step the back foot forward. All right, shake out whatever you want to. We're going to come to balance. If you'd like a chair next to you, that's fine, or a wall so you can shift where you are in your space. All right, let's stand first in the right foot. So we're going to cross left shin over right shin, so left big toe to the floor. Okay, and then here, just let the right arm drop beside you, turn the palm forward, and let the left hand come beside your left shoulder. Both palms face forward. Okay, easy shoulders. Okay, maybe arms are going to shift so that they're wide. You're going to move that left leg to the inside of the right leg into a baby tree pose. So left big toe is still on the floor, maybe, or the foot can be up near the right ankle on the inside of the right leg. Okay, if you want a little bit more, you're going to slide that left foot up the inside of the right leg. Right, balance is another good thing to practice when we're trying to be present, because we have to be present in the moment, or else we can't keep our balance as easily. Okay, land that left foot. Okay, give your feet a little shake out. Okay, feel the left foot on the floor. Cross right shin over left, so right big toe to the floor. Right shin over the left. Right arm hangs beside you, left hand at your left shoulder, both palms face forward. So this arm position stays the same regardless of which foot you're balanced on. Okay, see if you can notice all the little things your body is doing to keep you steady. All the little shifts in your tissues and in your bones. Okay, try taking arms wide. Try shifting the right leg to the inside of the left. So maybe the right heel is on the inside of the left leg and the right big toe is on the floor. Maybe the right big toe is not on the floor at all. Okay, if you want your tree to be a little bit higher, you could slide the right foot further up the inside of the left leg. Okay, so all the little ways that your muscles are moving. Right? We're not still here. We're not still in balance, right? We're always moving in and out of it. And we're just sort of getting out of our body's way and letting it do what we're asking it to do. Okay, let that right foot step down to the floor. Okay, so from here, step your left foot back, turn and face the long edge of your mat. Feet are on a balance beam and they're parallel. We're going to fold over. So hands to your hips and tip yourself over. You could bring your hands to your blocks if you want to keep your head and heart up. You can tuck something under your hands if that's helpful. Or you could come upside down if that feels okay in your back. Okay, and then add a little bit of movement here. Okay, so you're going to bend your left knee and walk your hands a little bit over towards the left leg, and then you're going to switch sides. So the left leg straightens, the right knee bends. Okay, so just gently shift side to side. Okay, if you want to do it with a block, you still can do that. You can just bring it with you. So that'll help you if you want to be up a little higher. Okay, so just sinking into the legs and into the hips. All right, when you're ready, back to the middle. And then when you're ready, come on down to the floor. However you want to get there. Okay, and come on down to your back. You can give your knees a hug in as you let your back And your shoulders and your head all settle down. Okay, and then let your left foot come to the floor. So you got your right leg up. You can hold behind the right thigh if that's helpful. You also don't have to hold behind the leg if you don't want to. Okay, so we're going to let the right thigh stay still, and we're going to extend the leg so the knee straightens out. Then you're going to bend the knee, so let the foot drop, and then straighten out the leg as best you can. Okay, so there's nothing changing at the hip. The thigh bone is staying still, and you're moving your knee in its full range. Okay, full, easy, smooth, comfortable range. So you don't have to push anything. You don't have to move into a range that hurts. Okay, you're trying to relax your back and your shoulders. Okay. Now, the next time that right leg is as straight as you can get it, we're going to keep the knee where it is, or keep the knee straight and move at the hip, which means you're going to lower the whole leg towards the floor, and then you're going to lift that thigh back up. Okay, so if you've got the knee bent, that's fine, but you're still moving at the hip. So keep the knee angle the same and move at your hip. So where your thigh bone is meeting your pelvis. So your thigh moves more towards parallel, and then it moves more towards vertical. Okay, keep feeling, keep being present. Okay, the right leg can come up, and then you're going to turn it so the right shin comes to the left thigh. So right shin to the left thigh. This is reclining pigeon pose. And you are welcome to just relax here and just sort of let this right leg do its best to sort of fall away. If you felt for more stretch and it's accessible to you, you could pick up the left foot and hold behind the left thigh. So the right hand is in between the legs, left hand is around the outside. Okay, the left lower leg can just be relaxed. That brings the right shin closer to you. So deepens the stretch in and around through the right hip, the glutes. Okay, let the left foot come to the floor, and then let the right foot come to the floor. Okay, pick the left leg up, maybe hold behind the thigh if you like, so the thigh is staying still, and you're extending the knee. So extend the leg as straight as you can get it, and then let the heel drop. Okay, so the thigh bone is staying still, you're just moving at your left knee. As you extend up, the front of the thigh squeezes and the back of the leg has to stretch. Okay, and then when you're ready, keep the leg as straight as you can and switch your movement to the hip. So the thigh drops towards the floor and then it lifts back up towards vertical. So if you're doing it with your knee bent, you're still lowering the thigh bone. You're not changing the angle of the knee. Okay, so really put your awareness in your thigh, and that'll help you feel that part of your body that's moving. Okay, relatively speaking, the pelvis isn't moving. Right, so there's some core in this for sure. Okay, do one more. And then lift, turn the leg and bend the knee. So left shin to the right thigh. Okay, so relax. Shoulders, jaw, belly, back, hips, left leg, arms, hands, sort of anything is still on in you, see if you can just let it go. Good place to rest here if you want to. Still doing something, even if you don't feel like you're doing something. Right? Letting the left leg roll open and rest in that position is still a valuable thing for your hip. Okay, if you feel like you want more stretch, you're picking the right leg up and holding behind the thigh. Okay, slowing down your breath. Okay, when you're ready, put the right foot on the floor and then the left foot on the floor. Okay, and then next we're going to come to whatever position you want to relax in. If there's a stretch that your body would like to do first, you can do it. So if you feel like you want to hug your knees in, you can. If you feel like you want to rock a little from left to right, you could. Maybe you want to lengthen from fingers to toes. Okay, and then you're going to take whatever position you are going to be able to most comfortably relax in. So if you're staying on your back, you could have your feet on the floor and your knees together. You could put a bolster or some pillows or something, or blocks underneath your knees, your thighs. Okay, you don't have to have anything underneath the legs if it doesn't feel like your body needs it. So if you're able to relax with legs flat out on the floor, then you can do that. Absolutely. Okay. You can also lie on your side. You could lay on your belly. Okay. You might support the head if you're on your side or on your back. So give your body some support so that it feels like it's got enough support to relax into. Feel where you touch the floor, all those points of your body that are resting on the ground. And we sort of get to rest through those places into the floor. So we let go of effort and tension. And really, it's giving our body permission to relax. Our breath is taken care of, so we don't have to do anything with breath. So the purpose of Shavasana is to be able to relax without falling asleep. Now, sometimes we are tired and we do fall asleep, so that's okay. So what we're going to play with here is just shifting our awareness to different parts of our body. I'm just going to notice what they feel like. Okay, so you're noticing sensations, feelings. Okay, so feel the soles of your feet. You might compare left and right, so not from a critical or judging space, just noticing that maybe they don't feel the same. You don't have to label, just notice, just be curious. Okay, feel your knees. And your hips, which is where your thigh bones connect to your pelvis. So those hip sockets deep in the body. Okay, feel your back. Become aware of the front of your torso. and the insides of your torso. So all those inner organs, your heart and your lungs, and your abdominal organs and your pelvic organs. And just what's the feeling? Just sort of meeting what's there. We don't have to, we can just sort of be curious, meet it with kindness. Right? So we're not vigilantly going through and sharply looking for anything. We're just noticing what is there, what it feels like. Space, lightness, softness. Maybe you get a color. Okay, feel the feeling of your hands, your fingers and your thumbs. What's the sensation? Warmth, coolness, tingling, numbness. Maybe you can notice what your hands are touching. Maybe you can feel your pulse in your hands. Okay, come up into your head. What's the feeling in there? Busy, quiet, full, empty, light, soft. Just notice. Okay, in your awareness, can you hold your whole body, your head, all the way down to your feet? So you're zooming out. You're not leaving your body, you're just aware of your body. Okay, your breath coming and going. Just soften, relax, rest. And just sort of notice what moves in and out of your field of awareness, of what you're aware of. Just do your best to practice staying with your body and just not really following the thoughts. So letting the thoughts go and just keep coming back to the present moment. And the breath maybe moving in and out. The body resting. Okay, check in with how you are. So just notice how you are. Give yourself permission to stay here if you like and if you can. If you are ready to move, then maybe move fingers and thumbs and toes first. So taking your time whenever you're going to follow this process, whether it's now or 5 minutes from now. Okay, you might feel like circling hands and circling feet. Right? Going the other direction. So you're just loosening up at your ankles, at your wrists. Okay, and then one at a time, bring each leg in. Give them a hug. You could be still. You could also rock a little bit from side to side. Okay, so just listen to your body. Move in a way that feels nourishing. Move in a way that feels good, which is meeting your body where you're at, which is staying present to how you are and what you need in the moment. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to roll to your side. You could take a moment there on your side just to feel caught up. Okay, and then you could come up to vertical. Okay, take a moment when you get back to vertical just to let your body find its alignment, to check in, notice where you're at. Okay, if you like, hands to your heart. If you like, a breath in and letting go. And thank you. Thank you for practicing today. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take good care, everyone.